You might feel lucky to have your driver's license, but you probably haven't experienced traffic like we're about to see. Some cities out there might have had it worse than others, but according to the News Weekly, the average American spends 42 hours a year stuck in traffic. Whether it's from intense snowstorms coming at the wrong time or even lava bringing you to a halt, here are photos of the most unbelievable traffic situations. But first, we'd like to thank our subscribers for leaving us all these great comments recently. Be sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 18. Mario Kart Jam. Will someone please move over? Traffic is piling up again for the Mario Kart stars, and people just don't understand the importance of this race. Toads is currently in the lead, followed by Mario, and in third place, we got his brother Luigi. Sometimes the line between what's reality and what's virtual may often get blurred, and this just seems to be a good example. The reality is, though, that they might be holding up traffic. Number 17. The bike lane. During a zombie apocalypse type traffic jam, even the motorcycles are stuck in a congested area. There would seemingly be no other way to get around traffic at this point unless, of course, you got in the bike lane. This bike lane will only be enjoyed by those who actually use an ordinary bicycle, not the ones with motors on them. Imagine if this was more of a frantic situation, people would be trying to hop that fence already. Number 16. Might as well. If no one is going anywhere, you might as well make the most of your experience, right? If it's a nice day outside, who wouldn't want to enjoy the outdoors and catch a little bit of R&R before the car in front of you moves? This person in the photo clearly didn't want to waste gas by letting the engine run for a long period of time and decided to put the hammock to good use. Number 15. First world problems. People from other countries might complain about clean water supplies or having access to the internet. You'd probably think a traffic jam would be the least of their problems, right? They're also probably the ones who are getting the last laugh after they take a look at this photo from the country of the United Arab Emirates. All those fast and fancy luxury automobiles, but nowhere to go. It almost seems like a traffic cop's dream to work the highways in the city. It might just be easiest to get around by camel with the looks of this traffic jam. Number 14. Lambos All Round. It's one thing to be stuck in a traffic jam full of Lamborghinis, but what about a Lambo stuck in a traffic jam full of lambs? It appears as though this took place along a secluded area where not many Lambos would dare to venture off to. According to the Reddit post, the photo was actually taken in Switzerland. With the price of that vehicle, the driver definitely doesn't want to take any chances of driving through the flock and messing up that paint job. So he's just gonna have to sit there until the pedestrians are done jaywalking. Number 13. The moon balloon. When you're driving, you must always expect the unexpected, and this is certainly the case in China. This moon balloon we see here was originally used as a festival prop in the province of Fujian. When a monsoon struck the coastal town, it caused a massive balloon to begin rolling through the streets, wreaking havoc upon the motorists. From the photo alone, you can tell how large the balloon is and how it could lead to a bizarre situation, especially when people are on motorbikes. It's seen rolling over cars and motorcyclists who were trying to flee in the nick of time. More than 500,000 homes lost power due to this monsoon, and several people were injured. Number 12. Lion Crossing. We already have a 3-car traffic jam, and who knows when it might start to pile up a little bit. Lions are crossing the street, and they're still the kings of this part of the jungle. Don't just think that because you have a car, you're any better than them. They're gonna move at their own pace, and you're just gonna have to witness it. Honking will only enrage them, and you definitely don't want to get into a fight with an enraged lion. Number 11. Operation Clear Traffic. Do you ever imagine that when you're stuck in a traffic jam, a fighter aircraft will swoop by, leaving a path of destruction in front of you so you can make it to your next destination? That's kind of what happened on Highway 80 in 1991 when American forces intercepted a large military convoy that was extracting loot from the country of Kuwait. Iraqi forces were essentially boxed into a huge traffic jam, which then turned into a good old-fashioned turkey shoot. At least traffic congestion was cleared up a little bit, but the wreckage stretched for miles. Number 10. Elephant Roadblock. You might expect to see a chicken crossing the road, but what the heck would elephants be doing crossing the road? It seems like the circus is walking into town, folks, and the elephants are walking the streets of this town in America. We're sure it won't be over once they're done crossing, and you're probably gonna have to wait for the whole circus to finish what they're doing. You're usually sitting in traffic because of a bunch of clowns anyways, right? Number 9. Bear Jam. Each state across the US is different as to why there might be traffic jams going on, and it's never a bad idea to know what you might be encountering. If you're in the state of Alaska and are trying to drive along a remote highway, this could be what you come across. No, not Sarah Palin, bear fights. These bears have possibly chosen the wrong place to get into a territorial dispute, but motorists here might be aware that bears don't respect the roads. It might be best not to tailgate any wild animals too closely. Number 8. Turn around. Drowning in a pool of lava is a type of demise only meant for supervillains. If you're in the state of Hawaii, you might notice some traffic jams because of the molten volcanic lava such as we see in this photo. There's no better time to make a U-turn than when you see the street be consumed by fire and brimstone. They're typically not meant to handle this kind of blockage, and hopefully you don't text and drive in places where you might find active volcanoes. Your tires would melt off in a matter of seconds. Your parents might have warned you about not playing with fire, but in Hawaii, your parents might have warned you about not playing with lava. Number 7. Roadblock. Here's another farm animal-related traffic jam, and you really can't blame anyone but the shepherd. You probably know that you'll be late to work if you came across this situation that happened in Chile. Here we see thousands of sheep blocking the road, almost as if they don't even care that you're trying to get to your next destination. What's he supposed to do? Just drive over all them? Eventually the sheep moved out of the way, but not until you were already late. Honking the horn might have worked out, but we're sure you'd be slightly confused how to handle this one. Number 6. Maintain your lane. Those dang orange traffic cones are just about everywhere anytime you decide to get on the street. They block traffic, cause all kinds of jams, and are really an eyesore. However, despite them always being an inconvenience 99% of the time, it's probably best you obey them. This guy here is proof that impatience causes problems. He decided to take a shortcut and got stuck in wet cement. This is clearly a traffic jam waiting to happen, and who knows how long it'll take a tow truck to get him out of there. Number 5. White traffic jam. No one is dreaming of a white traffic jam, and if you get stuck in the cold for hours at a time, you better hope you don't freeze. Sometimes cars will come to a complete standstill during massive snowstorms, like this one, and even if you could move, how the heck are you going to get out of all that snow? This is why you should carry a shovel with you in your car at all times. It's suggested that you stay with your car so it doesn't get totally buried, and you can help the rescue workers find you as soon as possible. Try to conserve your fuel, and keep in mind that you're going to need it in order to keep the inside of your car from turning into a meat freezer. Be sure to stay calm, and you might as well chat with your neighbor because you're probably going to be stuck for a while. Number 4. Duck, duck, goose. You might have come across a mother duck with her little ducklings and couldn't help but stop your car to make sure they enjoyed a safe crossing. But times have changed, and maybe ducks aren't quite as innocent as they might seem. Remember, those ducks would eat you in a second if they had the chance. Traffic jams can happen for all kinds of reasons, but you're likely to encounter a few strange ones throughout your life. You may never come across anything quite like this though. Ducks have decided to claim this street corner as their own, and they won't be giving up their turf without a fight. A farmer in the photo, or possibly animal control, has tried to find a way to get this flock off the block. They easily outnumber the animal control worker, about 1,000 to 1. Number 3. Walmart traffic jam. Too many rascals are hitting the aisles of Walmart, and on busy days such as Black Friday, don't be surprised if you come across several traffic jams. Here is a classical example of such an incident at your local everyday shopping center. Let's hope that these rascals don't get too much road rage and fight over the last flat screen TV. Imagine driving down a remote road such as Zojila Pass in the disputed region of Kashmir and having to come to a stop right over a steep cliff with no railing like we see in this photo. The road is extremely narrow and backing up simply isn't an option. A landslide blocks the road and you can't go anywhere, but sure enough, there are still sheep blocking your pathway. What would you do in this situation in order to get rescued? Let us know in the comment section. And number 1, world's worst traffic jam. If you thought you were having a rough day getting to work, just be glad you weren't a part of this one. Not only was traffic backed up for dozens of miles, even a 50-lane expressway that you can see from this photo, no one is moving it. Although it didn't last for days like some other traffic jams in China, you can tell by looking at this photo, hundreds of thousands of cars were likely affected by this. Some blame the toll booth for slowing down everything, but with over 1 billion people, you might have to expect this occasionally. There was one case in Beijing where it took up an astonishing 12 days to clear up. Your boss might understand if you're 20 minutes late or so, but trying to explain that this jam lasted 12 days would seem like a tad bit of a stretch. This took place on one of Beijing's major expressways to Tibet, which would take 3 days to travel to anyways.